but this one we will answer. We will stay on topic, right? He goes copying this last week since you guys went way off on a tangent and didn't answer the question. He goes, in terms of games that have been around since the PS2, Xbox, GameCube generation, is Ratchet and Clank a top 10 franchise, top 5, or top 3? I'm gonna say top 20. You know, it's still it's a dependable franchise. You know what you're gonna get. You know. It actually is more dependable. It's more dependable than Halo in a way because Halo, they've hit those fucking peaks, right? And then they fell down. Ratchet and Clank's always been there, you know. They've always been there.
Always been there. Always been around the same level. I mean, to be honest, like they literally made a remake, a movie tie-in remake of the first game, and it did well for them.
Yeah,
did it? Because that movie
it did.
Sucked.
No, the game. The
game did great. The movie did shit.
Yeah.
But even the movie doing shit didn't even affect that game.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, it was so weird. It's like the game was based off the first original game on PlayStation 2, and then they made a PS4 game based on the movie. It's so weird. Yeah. You know, but no,
it's a remake of the first game, but with the movie stuff in it. It's an odd one.
But yeah, so is it? Yes, I would say it's a top because it's not. I wouldn't say it's a top 10 franchise. Maybe top 20. You know, maybe the lower end of the top 20. Let's just be real. You know, but it's one of those franchises you depend on it. You know what you're getting. You know, but the question is it? You know, yeah, okay, yeah. Because I was thinking like, is he also asking what other franchises have done that have maintained that level of consistency and have been around, you know, because Sly Cooper, we don't get those anymore, right? We don't get Jack and Daxter anymore.
The last Sly Cooper game also didn't do very well.
Yeah, the one that was on Vita and PlayStation 4, right?
Yeah, it was a decent game, but I didn't do the numbers of the old Sly Cooper games. Probably because the original team wasn't handling it.
You know, they're too busy working on Ghost of Tsushima. So yeah, I would say top 20 franchise for sure. You know, they're very dependable. You know what you're gonna get, and it's always gonna be good. You know, but to be fair though, there are very few franchises that can say that. You know, at least on the Sony and because the thing Sony, like because Uncharted has not been around as long as as Ratchet. We also got to take longevity into account. And I'm saying Sony because Nintendo obviously, they have their games that have been around for fucking decades, and those are always of a consistent quality too, But I think he's talking about outside of Nintendo. Microsoft doesn't really have that. Sony does, but that is one of their longer franchises that have been around, Because Crash Bandicoot eventually went away,
Yep.
Yeah, I would say Ratchet and Clank is probably one of their longest, most dependable franchises for sure,
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah. All right. Hope that was satisfying, brother. All right.
Okay. There's top 10 or anything. I just can't say that. That's
Brian. I said top. That's why I said top 20 in the lower end of the top 20.
No, I'm answering the question. It's
sure,
I don't think you can say it's top 10 because with top 10 you're in the tiers of other games that are just groundbreaking. Like you enter the pool with GTA at that point, and it's he's a thick boy.
Yeah.
$1 billion per year, probably thick boy. So yeah, it's no. And then also you have to contend with Mario. Would you consider Sonic? It's had its ups and downs.
It's not consistent.
Yeah.
Okay.
People still relying on.
And he did. Yeah, because he's specifically talking about that generation up until now. But even then, GameCube had Mario and Zelda and shit.
Zelda, of course, and then of course you have Gran Turismo, the longest running Sony IP.
There you
still
go.
There since PS1 days.
Mm-hmm.
What other games out since PS1 days? I honestly don't know.
Yeah, so you're right. I was searching for that, Brian. Thank you. I was like, I know there's a franchise out there that's been around since PS1.
Final Fantasy,
well, that's been around since Nintendo days.
Okay, so it has to start around that
the GameCube era,
carry on. Okay,
yeah. GameCube, PS2, Xbox.
God of War.
God of War's one. He said not to include God of War. It's God of War is a top franchise, bro.
Yeah. It definitely sits over Ratchet.
Yeah, like here's the thing. But I still will say this though. I still will say Ratchet and Clank is actually more consistent in God of War. There's been some dulls in God of War, Ascension, but Ratchet and Clank is there, always there, the same level.
God of War Ascension, the only God of War game to not get a remake.
Yeah, we need that. They're gonna make. Yeah, oh god.